Wow, I can't believe a juror spoke out from the Melody Farris jury panel. I was gonna record it or play it for y'all and then comment on it, but that seemed like a lot of work considering I have like 10 people that view my videos. I was like, they can just go search it. Actually, I'll put a link in the description because I was surprised I didn't see that on my feed. I just happened to Google it to see if anyone came forward, and they did. And I was really shocked. I mean, first of all, I have to say, Julie Grant is an amazing interviewer. She asked every good question. I have to go back and watch it, though, because even though she nailed every single thought that I had, I don't know if she asked how they thought about the judge, and I'm pretty sure she didn't. And I don't think she asked about Martha Jane's testimony. Those are two questions I'm not sure she asked. But she asked all the good questions. But that juror that spoke, you could just tell. And this is me being biased, so I get it. Keep your hate to yourself. But it was so obvious to me that just from the way the jurors spoke, that they were not following the law. And if the judge had been a better judge and had been more patient and more firm in the evidence that he let in and the way that the jurors were supposed to be following the law, and then when their deliberations were halted, he should have done such a better job of instructing them. And then we might have had either a different outcome or a hung jury, actually. I don't know about a different outcome. But it just amazed me, some of the things that she said. Oh, we didn't pay any mind to that. Like, they barely paid any mind to how did she get him on the burn pile. And that was pretty crucial, I thought. And then she didn't know if they shot him in the house. Like, all the things that was reasonable doubt, they just ignored. And it's just so proof positive that the judge dropped the ball so big time that it makes me sad, because you couldn't have been more sure that they were just going on hunches and popular opinion, and they did not follow the law. So even though I know that when a jury speaks, you just have to accept it, and I accept it because honestly, Melody Farris is not somebody that I would be behind to say, oh, it's a travesty of justice, and I just can't do it. She just was so unlikable. It's just not even worth the effort to feel like she got a bum rap, because she didn't do one thing in the world to help herself. She didn't do one thing to endear herself to a jury. And it was interesting that the jury, one thing that everybody was so up in arms about is that she didn't stand for them. And according to this one juror, they didn't even notice, because when they walked in, you didn't really even notice who was standing and who wasn't. But that was an odd thing. And there was so many odd things about this trial. I mean, I could go on forever and ever, but I won't. But I just think that you really need to go watch what she has to say. And chances are, since she spoke, I guess they're all going to come out and speak. But nothing is clearer to me that with a better judge that had really instructed them on how to follow the law and had been very careful in what evidence he let in, and of the evidence that he let in, if he had let it in a limited scope, and if they would have paid attention to what reasonable doubt is. I mean, there was so many times that she made comments that made you say, just like the defense lawyer said, that's reasonable doubt. That's reasonable doubt. And instead of every time they found reasonable doubt, they said, okay, well, we have doubt. They just moved on to something that they were certain of. And that's not how you deliberate and arrive at a verdict. So I'm a little disappointed to hear what she had to say, but I guess it's just time to accept it and move on, and let's see what kind of motions get brought forward. Hopefully her lawyers will cite all the things that the jurors said and maybe get a new trial, because it kills me that there are some criminals out there that murder people and do despicable things to each other, and their lawyers are able to make a motion for a new trial or a mistrial or whatever, and they get their client off. So Not that I'm saying Melody is worthy of, I mean, she deserves the same justice that some of the worst criminals in the world get to partake of because their lawyers can get around the law. And I don't see why she doesn't deserve that same amount of consideration if other terrible, terrible people are able to get off with innocence projects and all those things that claim they didn't get a fair trial. Why doesn't she fall under that roof, if you will? But anyway, that's all I got. Thanks for listening, y'all. Bye.